we get in trouble? You worried? It's not like they enforce that rule, said Lilah. Carter ran his hand through his sandy hair and grimaced nervously. Okay, she said. How about if I dare you? Before Carter could either reject or accept the challenge, she threw the lion into his arms and quickly pulled her wavy light brown hair up in a ponytail. Race, she said, and then she took off, her flip-flops clacking along the concrete of the promenade, the knee-length purple jersey dress she wore flapping behind her. He chased after her, holding the lion with 2 hands above his head and trying to make up distance. But she was an athlete, a swimmer. She'd been on the team since 6th grade, and even in her flip-flops she could pack a lot of speed in her powerful legs. They made their way down onto the beach, churning up cascades of sand under their feet. There was no way Carter could catch up. Lilah was just too fast. And he was wearing boat shoes and long pants, not the sort of thing for sprinting. Turning around, Lilah ran backward. She slowed her pace until Carter came within a few yards of her, and then she matched his speed, teasing him, just out of his reach. Come on, slowpoke, she said. You gonna let a girl beat you? She couldn't remember the last time she'd felt so free, and she couldn't hide the grin that spread across her face. Finally, Carter threw the lion in her direction, and she instinctively stopped and reached out to catch it. In that instant, he was able to leap and wrap his arms around her waist. They both fell to the sand, laughing, as the lion tumbled away from them. God, that was fun, said Carter, between heavy pants. So much fun, she said. See, that's what I can do. If you keep reminding me that there's beauty in the world, I'll keep daring you to go out into it and be a little wild. Deal, he said. He was lying on top of her, his chin on her breastbone, and for a brief moment their stares lingered in each other's eyes. Then he rolled off her and gazed up at the sky, and she wondered why he hadn't kissed her then. Maybe he was shy, less sure of himself than she'd thought. Eventually, they gathered themselves and stood up. Carter dumped the sand out of his boat shoes. He shook out the short-sleeved green linen shirt he was wearing and did a little wiggly dance trying to get the sand out of his tan pants. Lilah found her flip-flops where they'd scattered, and she brushed off the lion. They walked back to the manicured grass that buffered the beach from Shore Road and began heading the long way back along the promenade toward the center of town. So, I guess that's it, she said. Time to go home. Oh, I don't know, Carter said, smiling at her softly. He checked the time on his Gucci watch. We've already blown our curfew. What's the worst that could happen? Let's sit for a while, then. They found a bench and Lilah set the lion down and they watched the tide roll in, talking through the night. He told her about Savannah, Georgia, where he'd lived before his parents divorced and he and his mother had moved to Dream Point. He talked about rap music, Lil Wayne, Outkast, Jay-Z, and Snoop, and the variations in the sound and style and attitude toward the world depending on which region of the country the artist came from. Lilah could hear his deep, overriding passion for the music in the force and timbre of his voice. She could see it in the way his whole body got involved as he illustrated the difference between an East Coast beat and a West Coast beat, and a Chicago beat and a dirty Southern beat. And he listened, too, as Lilah told him about her friends from the swim team, Kylie and Margarita and Teresa, and how terribly, terribly much winning meant to her. She talked about her parents and how weirdly awkward and formal they were. They're like people from an alien, ancient culture, where high tea and the church coffee hour are the center of life, she said. I mean, they get dressed up to go to the mall. And my mother? You've never seen anybody so anxious. You can see it in her eyes. They dart all over the place, everywhere except at the things she's supposed to be paying attention to.